Las Vegas was once America's playground, promising cheap rooms, endless buffets, and non-stop entertainment. So why are travelers now calling it a trap for fools? In 2025, hotel rates are up 24%, food prices have jumped 49%, and those famous budget buffets? Gone. Guests pay more but get less. Automated check-ins, slashed service, and fees at every turn. What happened to the fun capital of the world? And how did Las Vegas go from a must-see to a place you'd have to be crazy or desperate to visit? The answer reveals just how much has been lost and why nearly everyone is staying away. Picture this. You find a strip hotel room for $159 a night thinking you've scored a bargain. But by the time you check out, your bill has ballooned to over $250 and you haven't even touched the minibar. That's the Las Vegas special in 2025. The advertised rate is just the opening act. Then come the non-negotiable resort fees. $55, $56, sometimes more, added per night, per room, plus tax. These aren't for luxury perks or champagne on arrival. They're for Wi-Fi, gym access, and local phone calls you never asked for. Even budget joints like Circus tack on $44.22 a night. Only a handful, Casino Royale, maybe one or two others, skip the fee altogether. The Federal Trade Commission finally forced upfront disclosure this year, but the fees themselves remain. Hotel receipts now read like itemized restaurant checks with a separate line for every add-on. It's not about covering costs, it's about squeezing every last dollar from visitors who just wanted a getaway. The sticker shock isn't a bug, it's the business model. Imagine paying top dollar for a strip hotel, then wrestling your own suitcase through the lobby because there's no bellhop in sight. The old Vegas promise, service so attentive you'd feel like royalty, has quietly vanished. It started with layoffs that swept through the industry after the pandemic. At Caesars, the roles of bell staff and concierge were merged, leaving fewer people to do twice the work. MGM Resorts took it further, eliminating entire bell desks at properties like Excalibur and Luxor. Now, unless you're a high roller, your only help is a chatbot that can't carry bags or offer a dinner tip. Union figures from 2024 show thousands of hospitality workers let go, with job postings replaced by kiosks and apps. Longtime staff, some with decades of service, have been pushed out or reassigned. Guests who once expected a warm welcome now find empty counters and digital check-in screens. The city that built its reputation on personal touch has traded it for automation and cost-cutting, leaving visitors to wonder what exactly they're paying for. Once upon a time, Las Vegas was a paradise for bargain hunters, a place where a $10 bill could buy you breakfast, lunch, and a seat at a legendary buffet. Now those days are gone. The classic cheap buffets that gave Vegas its everyman charm, Circus, Flamingo's Paradise Garden, Excalibur, have shuttered for good. Health department records show that by 2025, fewer than 1/3 of the Strip's pre-pandemic buffets remain, and what's left are mega buffets charging $60, $80, even $100 a head. No more $1.99 steak and eggs, no more endless shrimp cocktail. Even quick-serve joints inside the casinos have hiked prices so high that a burger and fries can run $18, and a coffee might set you back $7. The Bureau of Labor Statistics confirms it. Food away from home prices in Las Vegas have jumped nearly 50% since 2020, the steepest climb in decades. For visitors, it's not just sticker shock, it's a gut punch. Every meal feels like a splurge, and the spontaneous, budget-friendly fun that defined the city has vanished. The Vegas buffet, once a symbol of plenty, is now a relic of a city that's priced out its own legend. If you thought the prices outside the casino were bad, step onto the gaming floor and try your luck. Las Vegas once sold itself on the thrill of a fair gamble. Low table minimums, friendly dealers, and a real shot at beating the house. That promise has been quietly rewritten by the new rulebook. Blackjack, the game that built the Strip, now pays 6 to 5 for a natural instead of the classic 3 to 2. That means a $10 bet on blackjack used to win you $15. Now it's just $12. The house edge nearly quadruples, jumping from 0.5% to almost 2%. For most players, that's the difference between a fighting chance and a slow bleed. Roulette hasn't escaped the corporate scalpel either. The old single zero wheel is nearly extinct. In its place, triple zero roulette, giving the house over a 7% advantage. That's not a game, it's a rigged carnival. And if you want to play it all, prepare to sit at an electronic table with a digital dealer. Human dealers are quietly disappearing, replaced by touch screens and vendor-supplied machines. It's faster, colder, and always in favor of the house. The message is clear, the odds are shrinking, the fun is fading, and casual players don't stand a chance. Las Vegas casinos are pulling off a trick even Houdini would envy. Fewer visitors, but more money. By July 25, official data shows the city's visitor count has plunged 12% compared to last year. International travel is drying up. Canadian arrivals alone dropped so sharply that the mayor called their absence painful. Yet in the same month, Nevada's gaming revenue jumped 4%. The numbers don't add up unless you look closer. The Strip is no longer chasing crowds, it's squeezing more out of every gambler who still walks through the doors. The typical Vegas trip has shrunk from a long weekend to a single night, with data showing one-night stays up and four-night trips down. A Caesars Entertainment spokesperson put it bluntly, "We're seeing fewer Canadians, but the guests who come are spending more." The new formula favors high-spending regulars and event-driven visitors, not the masses. It's a strategy that looks strong in quarterly reports but rests on a shrinking base. With each round of price hikes and cutbacks, the city's foundation grows shakier as the pool of willing spenders gets smaller and smaller. Step outside the neon glow of the Strip, and the reality hits hard. Downtown sidewalks are crowded, but not with tourists. They're lined with tents, shopping carts, and the faces of people who once worked the hotels and casinos. The latest shelter census puts Clark County's homeless count at over 6,500, a number that's jumped 18% since 2021. Police reports show a rise in petty theft and car break-ins near the main tourist corridors, with complaints up 22% compared to last year. Residents talk about avoiding certain blocks after sunset, and longtime business owners admit foot traffic has shifted away from Fremont Street's side alleys. Mayor Shelby Berkeley, who took office after years in Congress, made an unusual move in August. She went public with a plea for help. Her words were blunt. "We can't just be a playground for out-of-towners while our own people are left behind." She called on casino executives to rethink their priorities, warning that the city's social fabric is fraying. For locals, the boom and bust cycle of Las Vegas has always been a fact of life. But this time, the bust feels different. The contrast between the glittering casinos and the growing encampments is impossible to ignore, and the promise of the city that once drew dreamers from every corner now feels out of reach for many who call it home. Las Vegas isn't waving the white flag just yet. The Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority has poured $3.25 million into splashy international ad campaigns, targeting everyone from Canadians to South Koreans. Billboards in Toronto, glossy spreads in German travel magazines, even influencer junkets. The city is betting big on marketing its way out of the slump. Meanwhile, casino giants are scrambling for quick fixes. Resorts World dropped parking fees and started waiving resort fees on select rooms. Caesars is dangling a $300 package deal, 2 nights at any of 3 Strip properties, taxes and fees included, plus $200 in food credits. These aren't generous gestures, they're survival tactics. The latest hope? Mega events. The Formula One Grand Prix is expected to draw record crowds and fill hotel rooms at any price. Convention bookings for the fall are up, and every new festival is hyped as the next big thing. But these bursts of demand are just that, bursts. The city's recovery plan hinges on luring visitors for a weekend, then hoping they come back for more. For now, it's a patchwork of discounts and one-off spectacles, not a return to the golden age. Whether these efforts can bring back the magic or just buy time is the question hanging over every neon sign. By July 2025, Las Vegas visitor volume had dropped 12%, while average hotel rates climbed 24% and food prices soared 49%. Once a symbol of affordable excitement, the city now faces shrinking crowds, higher costs, and a wave of service cuts. Casinos have tightened their odds and automated tables, further eroding the old Vegas experience. On the streets, rising homelessness and crime highlight the broader impact on residents. Despite a $3.25 million international marketing campaign and high-profile events like the Formula One Grand Prix, it remains unclear if these measures can reverse the decline. Official reports confirm the financial strain, but the long-term effects on the city's identity and accessibility remain unknown. What is certain, Las Vegas has changed, and so far, the numbers show that fewer people are willing to pay the price.